Uh, Let me introduce myself. My name is Nia Khairunisa. I come from class 4A at Medan Polytechnic and majoring in mechanical engineering. Now I want to explain about the dimension. There are 5 dimensions and I want to explain about it. Okay, in the physics and mathematics, the dimension of a space or object are informally defined as the minimum number of coordinates needed to determine the point in it. Therefore, a line has dimension because only one coordinate is needed to define a point on its surface. Uh, then a surface such as a plane or surface a tube or sphere have both a dimension because two coordinates are needed to determine a point on the surface. For example, to determine a point on the surface, you needed latitude and longitude. The interior of a cube, tube, or sphere in three-dimensional because it takes a three coordinate to determine a point on its space. First is dimension 1. Dimension 1 is a dimension that only has one dimension element, that's length. Dimension object can move freely to the right and to the left, and example is a line. Dimension 2. The second dimension is a dimension that has two-dimensional elements, that's the elements of length and width. This two-dimensional object can move the right, left, up, and down. Two-dimensional objects are also often referred to as flat shape because they are characterized by having area and circumference. Examples include rectangles, square, and a triangle. There are several examples or types of two-dimensional objects that's painting, photo, batik, with picture, poster, mosaic, and calligraphy. Three dimension. The third dimension is a dimension that has three elements of length, width, and height. A three-dimensional object can move to the right, left, up, down, front, and back. The third dimension is also known as wake-up space. One of the characteristics of three-dimension is that certain objects can be filled because they have volume. Examples include cubes, cylinders, statues, and house. There are several types of objects in three dimensions. That's cubics. Cubits are objects that are shaped like cube and blocks, for example, such as pencil box, cabinet, table, TV, refrigerator, trash cans, tissue box, and so on. Is astigmatism. Cylindrical objects are objects that have a shape resembling a cylinder and tube ellipse. Example of cylinder objects such as glasses, bottle, plates, bowls, teapots, jar, and gas cylinders. Then a free. A free object are objects that have irregular shapes such as trees, stones, fruits, and other natural objects. Cones and pyramids. Cones and pyramids have different base shapes, circles and squares, but have the same vertex. Examples such as a dome of the mosque, the funnel, and the trumpet. Then round or ball. Round objects are objects with curved sides such as balls, marbles, and watermelons. Four dimension has been applied to medical work, namely in the use of ultrasound. These four dimensions are three dimensions that can be penetrated. An easier example is that you can see an aqua glass from the outside, which is still full of water. This is our view, the fourth dimension through the three dimension. For the coordinates, the fourth dimension is a line that goes through the x, y, and z axis. Fifth dimension, fifth dimension. This dimension, in my opinion, is a hologram. This hologram is really alive, as known as like a real. Shape in a three dimension can be touched. We can see contents of this three dimension from the outside. We can penetrate this. At Bank Indonesia, this has been implemented. If you enter the lobby at Bank Indonesia, you can enter a museum there. In this museum, you can see the flying coins and it's a five-dimensional hologram. You can touch it, slide it. Even in this hologram has a feature to see the history of the money. Okay, that is all my explanation about five dimension. Hope you join, if you hear it, and